Hi, I'm Velshi with MSNBC. President Biden's commission on the Supreme Court convened on Friday. The panel, which was assembled to study possible Supreme Court reforms, released draft materials based on public hearings and research. Joining me for a more perfect union is Jeffrey Rosen, the president and the CEO of the National Constitution Center. Jeff, what kind of reforms is this commission considering, and what kinds of issues is it hoping to address?
Well, the commission considered 4 categories of reforms, and their recommendations, which are preliminary, were really interesting. The biggest and most controversial was the size and composition of the court. Should the number of justices be increased to remedy partisan imbalance, according to some? Well, the commission concluded that Congress does have the power to change the size of the court if it wants, but the commission was divided about whether it would be a good idea. Basically, it signaled that there might be questions of legitimacy that would make the court look like a political football. And that was the most controversial tentative recommendation, but it diffused a big political controversy, and President Biden may not be all that unhappy with that suggestion because he appears not to really want to do some court packing. The second big area was the justices' tenure. Should there be term limits for justices? And here, interestingly, the commission did recommend the possibility of 18-year term limits for Supreme Court justices, although it said it would take a constitutional amendment. The third area was the power of the court, its role in the constitutional system, including giving Congress the power to overturn judicial decisions by majority vote, requiring the justices to decide cases by 2/3, and other internal reforms. There, the commission was pretty dubious. They thought that that might raise questions of judicial independence. And the fourth and final category was transparency, and in particular, the so-called shadow docket, which has gotten a lot of controversy recently. And the commission said, hey, the court would do well to abide by its own rules, to not treat these cases that are decided without full arguments as precedent, and also to be more deferential to lower courts. So it didn't satisfy extremists on either side. The final recommendations are due on November 15th, but a very interesting and comprehensive bipartisan study of whether or not Congress should change the Supreme Court.
And they were key to mention that these were draft discussion points, not yet full recommendations. We, of course, will discuss it again when those recommendations come out. Jeff, always good to talk to you. Jeffrey Rosen is the president and the CEO of the National Constitution Center. Be sure to follow Jeff and the National Constitution Center on Twitter @RosenJeffrey and @ConstitutionCTR.